Good morning, everybody. So here you can see a picture. A lady is running away and a man is chasing. The lady represents?
Mic, little bit nearer to your mouth, sir.
The lady represents homeopathy. And the man chasing her represents scientists. Scientists have been chasing homeopathy for over 150 years to understand the mechanism of action of homeopathic potencies and also the components present in homeopathic potencies. There's a beautiful poem by Rabindranath Tagore, matches this one. সে কেবল পালিয়ে বেড়ায় দৃষ্টি এড়ায় ডাক দিয়ে যায় ইঙ্গিতে সে কি আজ দিল ধরা গন্ধে ভরা বসন্তেরই সঙ্গীতে আর ভঙ্গিতে ইংলিশ ভার্সন She flees away avoiding sight but hurls calls by her gestures. Is it that she is being captured in the aroma-filled spring and the colors of the spring? So with this, that how far we have been able to explore her face. A part we have explored, but many things still remain unknown. So here is my next point. Next slide, please. This is my water serves, this is my today's lecture. Water serves as primary target for homeopathic potencies. What is the primary target? For a long time, next slide. For a long time, next slide. For a long time, we thought that homeopathy works through the nervous system because there are publications which shows that you drop a homeopathic potency on the tongue of a cat, the cat's brain connected to a neuron by a micro tube. They show an immediate peak in seconds, showing that it might be that homeopathic potencies might be acting through the nervous system. But homeopathic potencies work as well on plants, and plants don't have any nervous system. How they work? So target is not nervous system, something different. Is it the cells? Is it the receptors on cells? Is it the DNA? There are papers showing that DNA molecules respond to homeopathic potencies. But DNA, first of all, homeopathic potencies have to penetrate the plasma membrane. Then come to cytoplasm. Then must penetrate the nuclear membrane. Then they can reach the DNA molecule. It's very difficult. Then there are papers, I have also published it, that proteins are the primary target. When it touches protein, it actions. But now, first of all, I will give you the main message of my speech, then I will give some, because time is very short, only 30 minutes have been allotted to speak. So, what is the primary target? Yes, that's not protein. That's not protein. Primary target is water. Water covers everything in our body. More than 70% of our body and of all living organisms is water. So, whenever you give, what is homeopathic medicine? It is a structured water. Structured water, dynamized by serial dilution and succussion or mechanical agitation. The mechanical agitation or succussion have given immense power to the potencies. It is not water, it is something different. It is potentized water. It is structured water. Structure is such that it can transfer its structure to other water bodies. Our body contains water. This water is not ordinary water which I take. the water is structured in our body. Structured in the normal condition. There are papers which show that under disease conditions, water structure in our body undergoes a change. There are many beautiful papers, and cancer is one of them. So water structure undergoes a change. So if we can do the other thing, if we can write the water structure, then all things become right. This thing is done by homeopathic potencies. Homeopathic potencies, first slide, okay. Homeopathic potencies are actually structured water preserved by ethanol. Ethanol has nothing to do. Ethanol is a large non-polar tail. CH3 is CH2 OH. OH is polar. The CH3, CH2, this large non-polar tail preserves the water structure. It's the main point. Now you see a very wonderful thing here. All potencies, you see, there are potencies of cantharis, 30 and 200, lycopodium 230, and ethanol 30, and ethanol ordinary. You see, the ethanol has only single peak. Mark is here. Ethanol has so single peak. It is the UV spectra, ultraviolet. It has only single peak, but you see that all potencies, they are same. They are same water and ethanol. But you see, the spectra differentiate. This is the way by which we are able now at a stage to differentiate what is ordinary ethanol water and what is a potency. You may give 90% ethanol and you may give homeopathic potency, which is also 90% ethanol. But you cannot differentiate. By this technology, we are able now in a stage, we cannot say this is lycopodium and cantharis, we cannot say this. But we can say that this is your alcohol, it is not your homeopathic potency. It is something different. My main message is that, then I will say this, I'm explaining, time is short, is that when you give a drop of homeopathic medicine on the tongue or on the lip surface, the lip has the water structure in the normal condition. Our body has the normal structure under homeostasis in the normal condition. But when you give medicine, the medicine will convert the water structure in the body into its own and gradually restoring the normal structure. By that, it can change all the proteins, all the defected materials into the normal condition. You are giving, all homeopathic practitioners have long noticed, those who are practicing homeopathy, there are many good homeopaths here present from Bangladesh and from other parts of the country, our country and also from different countries who have attended this. They have noted that when a baby comes, newborn baby, then what homeopathy said, oh, it's a small baby, just 2 days old or 3 days old. I am giving the medicine to the mother. Yes. The mother's, whenever you give medicine to the mother, the water structure in the body undergoes a change. It assumes the structure of the homeopathic potency. And the mother's milk, which contains a lot of water, is structured according to the homeopathic potency. And the baby gets relief because baby gets treatment. Homeopaths have long noticed it. Many homeopaths have the experience of this thing. I also give it. So, water structure is the main factor. So, this is the main message of my paper, that neither your DNA material, neither the proteins or the nervous system, it is only water. Homeopathy itself is born out of water, but this water is different. Remember, this is not the water we drink. This is the water is different. But it has a limitation. Limitation in the sense, If you drop a water on the river and take water 1 mile away, it's not the potency. There is a limit. It is a different work. My time is short, so I can say this. So this is the main point. So some other pictures I am saying, then I will conclude. This is the FTIR spectra. You can see the difference. As you see, the histogram from different drugs, you see the lycopodium, cantharis, and ethanol 30, you can see the difference. Lycopodium 200, you see that by FTIR spectra, with stretching vibration, you see there is a marked difference between each other. Though in composition they are same, but by the vibrational spectra or FTIR spectra, Fourier transform spectra, we can differentiate it. Another, next slide please. You see the protein and drug. The protein is the human serum albumin and the drug is cantharis. The protein is exposed to heat. You know that homeopathy always say that homeopathy will work if symptoms agree. All homeopaths know homeopathy will not work if there are no such symptoms. It is just like water. So homeopathy, so what we have done, we have exposed a protein to heat, 75 degrees Celsius. And then we treat the same protein, cool down to the normal temperature, treated it with cantharis 30. You see that both are same. That is important. One is direct treatment, the blue D, and C is the indirect treatment to the potency. It's interesting that by using the wave stretching vibration, you can differentiate by FTIR spectra the protein and this. Next slide. Yes, how we can do it? You see the direct treatment. Cantharis certainly it is directly treated in the BOC solution. This is direct. And this is the base solution, not directly treated. Cantharis is here. But a tube, capillary tube, it's filled with the same medium of cantharis, and the capillary tube's tip is touched to the cantharis 30, then the base water is taken out, it is dropped. The entire water has undergone a change into it, so they connected, the action is same. This is the technology we have developed. So this is the important point. Next slide, please. So this is the way bending vibration. You see that almost they are same. Cantharis 30, BSA solution, BSA heat treatment, BSA heat, and the treatment is same, almost. Next slide, please. Yes, ethanol and water. You see the ethanol structure on the left and water structure here, blue, and the hydrogen bonding. So these hydrogen bonds are not steady. In water, it breaks and rejoins, breaks and rejoins. This is the main point. And next slide, please. This is the whole water structure forming this, and there are also mark here. On the below, you can see the single free water, non-hydrogen bonded water. There are water molecules which are hydrogen bonded, but there are water molecules which are free. There is a relationship between free water molecules and the hydrogen bonded water molecules. This relationship is important. The components of water structure is that the number of hydrogen bond strength, and non-hydrogen bonded water molecules are free water molecules. So they together form what we know as the water structure. Water structure is nothing God, water structure has components. The components are free water molecules and number of hydrogen bonds and hydrogen bonded water molecules. So all these things. Next slide, please. Same. Next slide. Yes, you see, is my concept dynamically presented. It's the main concept. It's a very important point. Dynamic water structure in intercellular space. The large balls are the cells, and they are surrounded by water molecules. Water is inside the walls and outside. A few water molecules are sent, but there are billions in the intercellular space. There are billions. Dynamic water structure. The green color represent specific, only free water molecules I have just shown, how they are present, how they are bonded. And this water structure is not static. They are breaking, rejoining, breaking, rejoining. This is the point. And these cells, large red bodies, they are not fixed. They are contracting, expanding, contracting, expanding. In our cells, it's continuously going on, continuously. There are many good photographs. Next slide, please. You see, this upper one is the homeopathic potency dropped on the cells. You see, this water is yellowish color, different water structure. The potency has a different water structure. You mark it here. I have no pointer, but you have to see the potency, yellow color represents different water structure. Different. It gradually drops on the cell surface. Next slide. Yes, potency drop, touching the system. The green color is different water structure in the body, in the tissue. And yellow color is the potency you are giving, dropping. The drop touches. Next slide. It touches. You see it has converted the entire water structure in the tissue into its own structure. This is the mechanism. This is the mechanism homeopathy works. So, the target is important. What is the primary target? Primary target, again I am saying, it is neither the receptors on the cells, neither the DNA molecules, nor the protein molecules. It is the water. It is the water. Homeopathy is born in water. It has the ability to convert. Here is one point. The point is that it is a small drop. It has converted or transformed the water structure into its own structure. Why not the water structure of the cells to convert the drop? It cannot, because it has a higher potential energy. There are two bricks, one on the ground, another you have taken it up and you are holding it. Both are on the static stage, but the one you are holding on your hand, it has a potential energy. If you touch it, it remains same. If you lose your grip, it drops down with force because it has been converted into kinetic energy. So here, this drop has the potential to convert the water structure in our body into its own. But you see, our body contains about 35 to 40 liters of water. If you give a drop of homeopathic medicine, it cannot convert, it is a limit, convert the 40 liters of water. But every cell, by pumping, potentizing your water into the next. That is why. So you are taking a drop on your tongue. It converts. It forces. Finally, an ulcer is here. It is cured. It does not reach immediately entire by slowly from cell to cell, jumping from one cell to the other, thereby gaining potency. You are keeping lots of bricks on stand. You are putting your leg, it falls, 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 and finally goes. This way it goes, this way. So I think I've been able to finish my lecture in a short time, and I've been able to give you the main message of my point. The details I cannot say because of the shortage of time, but I think I've been able to make you understand what I want to say. That's all. If you have any question, you are most welcome. But time is short because next speakers are there. If the rapporteurs or the controllers allow me, I can give a few minutes to answer your question, if you have any. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor N.C. Sukul, who is the former professor and head in the Department of Zoology, Vishwabharati University, and also the dean in the Faculty of Science there. He is currently the president of Sukul Institute of Homeopathic Research. You can understand how nicely he has explained the extreme modern research that is currently undergoing in the laboratory of Sukul Institute. So we not only, because you can understand that we have so many, these kind of research requires a lot of sophisticated instruments. So we collaborate with the universities, we collaborate with the research institutes in India, and in some cases we collaborate in the research institutes in overseas. And I really congratulate Professor N.C. Sukul and his team who has made this research bring up in such a, in a age or in a line that homeopathy, we can see something or we can expect something in the scientificity of homeopathy in near future. So I really thank you, and, Professor N.C. Sukul, and congratulate you once again for this nice, wonderful presentation and the research of Sukul Institute being presented here. Thank you. I now, Professor Mohammad Rizi, who has traveled all from Tehran in Iran, who wants to say a few words regarding this lecture. Professor, please come.
Professor, thank you very much. Best of luck for you. You have mentioned it very, very nice point. That is water. Water is our life. We don't know anything about the water, but I appreciate you. Nice, very nice. Please. Just, excuse me, everyone. I am Rezai from Iran. I really appreciate this gentleman. Again, I started my mind to do something and thinking about the water. Nobody knows what is the water. Water, hydrogen is a bomb. Oxygen is a respiration. Both together is water, your life. About 20 years before, one professor from Russia, they explained, we don't know, all the scientists of the world, they don't know about the water. That's all. Think over that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Water is still unknown, yes. Every day it is changing the concept.
Thank you, Professor Rizi, who is the head in the Department of Phytochemistry in the Research Institute of Forests and Rangelands in Iran. Thank you, Professor Sukul. So I now call upon the next two moderators in this session. The session will be in the consecutive keynote speakers. I can see here. I call upon here Dr. Takshashila Takswande and Dr. Sugato Bosu. Please take the mic. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, all. Here I'm Dr. Takshashila welcoming you all in the another session that is the therapeutic homeopathic medicines. So I would like to call our another speaker, keynote speaker, Dr. A. Mao, who is the Director of Botanical Survey of India. I would like to call Dr. A. Mao to present his work. Thank you.
Hello. Oh. Thank you so much. You see, I have told I'm not a homeopath, but I'm a botanist. So, as my department is dealing with plant, and we deal a lot on indigenous knowledge and traditional medicines, we document. So, I've already said that my department is one of the pioneer institute in traditional knowledge documentation. So my talk will be mostly on that. So can you see, this is the title I have choose, and I'm sure you'll get something from this. Next, you just go on. We all know India is one of the mega biodiversity rich country in the world. And we are having over 6 lakhs villages across the country. And also the country is very rich in ethnic groups. We have so many differences and ethnicity in the country. And this group of people have distinct cultural practices and knowledge. And this is why India is very rich in traditional knowledge on medicinal plants. Okay, next. You can see, of course, the Indian system of medicine. You all know you are here, so you're here for this purpose. So let's go to the next. You see, if you look at in the history, just see, India makes a perfect example of one of the oldest civilizations where use of plant or other natural product in healthcare system date back to ancient Vedic period. If you look at a Vedic period, that is 3000 to 1000 BC, that time they have recorded around 289 plants. Then if you come down there, Samhita period, that is from 1500 BC to 500 AD, around 650 plants has been recorded again. Then in the Nigantu period, from 500 AD to 1900 AD, it has increased to 1814. And in recent time or recent compilation, we can, there are, of course, the number is not static, around 7,263 has been recorded. And in this, see, of this, the 960 are traded, and the most popular ones are 178 plants are very popular, and that is highly valued. So this is, you can see the history of our Indian traditional knowledge on medicinal plant. Okay, next. See, I've already said the importance of this alternative medicine is gaining in the recent time. And then, but here, one of the biggest challenge or the problem is the quality and then the acceptability. What is happening is that many people who are working on traditional medicine or like working on medicine, they don't bother to identify properly whether that is correctly identified or not. And many people are working just by, somebody has said, so you're just working without proper identification. So these are some of the problems. And because of that, there's a problem of acceptability and then also this quality control. So let me just go ahead a little bit. Next. You see, that is what you can see here. Most of the species of medicinal plant, they are herbaceous and also perennial. And then most of the important parts are used is root have been the important part used, apart from aerial parts, but the root is the most important. And the medicine plants found in the country are predominantly in the Himalayan region. So, of course, nowadays, a lot of introduced medicinal plants are also, which are not indigenous, are also being cultivated and used. So next. Here, if you look at the graph, the bar here, these are the 9 top medicinal plant families which are used in the country. You can see here, these have given the families. You can just for your information only. So next. Here the problem, the real problem is, see, different plants for similar ailments at different regions. People use different plants for treatment of different diseases in different places. Then again is that common name versus botanical name, adulteration and substitution. These are the biggest problem with this medicinal plant. So next, please. Here, see, many times common name and scientific name, this many people use by common name, and that creates a lot of problem. Next, you just go next. Here, if you, for example, this is Dania, which in Meghalaya or in the northeast we call it Dania. But if you are to go to Maharashtra, it will be called Kotmi. And if you go by this, it will get confused. The common name is different from different places. So that is why this is one of the biggest problems with common name. Next. Next. Yeah. So here, as I said, that from place to place, the common names are different. And that creates a lot of confusion and problem. Next, please. Here, but when it comes to scientific name, it is not different from place to place. It is one name throughout the year, throughout the world, internationally known. So if you use scientific name for identification purpose of your plant, you will not make any mistake or confusion. So that's why I urge all of you who are working on medicinal plant or who are working on this in your profession, you should try to work with this scientific name. Okay, next. Here, see, what a problem with common name, I just wanted to give you some example. Just next, go. As you look at here, here you can see both these plants are called Brahmi in common name. But they are not same. They are different 2 species or 2 plants, which are also from different family. One is from Scrofulariaceae and one is from Apiaceae. And then this both, but if you go by common name, both are called Brahmi. And so, which is the Brahmi, you will not know. That is the problem using common name. Next. Here, again, this is also, again, you see here, Bisalia carani. All these plants are called, people use as Bisalia carani. But they are not. They are sick. They are from different family and different plant. But people use it like that. And this is the problem with this medicinal plant. And sometimes you say, his medicine is more potent and the others is not less potent. All this is because of the plant you use for making the medicine. That is the key. So next, please. So that's, if we use this common name, may sometimes be confusing as to which plant is actually referring to. This becomes a big problem. And this is one of the biggest problems with our ancient record of plants, which we have in this Vedic period or this subsequent, because of the identity. The scientific identity is not that the names are given, but the names are confusing, and many people are given different plants. So that is one of the biggest problems. Next, please. Here, see, implication of this misidentification. Here also the same thing. In this, all these are treated as Jivanti in your medicinal plant. But they are not, they are all different different plant. The real Jivanti, which is considered, is Flickengeria fugax, that is the orchid. But the other 2 are also sold in the market as Jivanti. And this is the problem with that. That's why I just show you some example. Next. Here again, this one is Swarcia cerata and another is Andrographis paniculata. But again here, both are used as cereta. They are sold as cereta. But that is the real cereta is this Swarcia cereta. So this is the problem which I'm just trying to show you some of the things, why we need to have a proper identification. Next. Here again, also here the same thing. Here which are, these three are sold as in that name of Riddhi in one of the ingredients of Astavarga. And then, but the only thing, the real one is Harvania intermedia. But the other two are also sold as Riddhi. So this is what just proper identification is very important for that. Next, please. Here, this also same thing. They are all sold as in that Astavada. Okay, next. Here, see the real Astavarga. These are the plant in that Astavarga. But then, most of the time, which are sold in the market are not these plants. So that is the thing, which is what I would like to say. Okay, next, please. Here you see, this is Ashoka rista. This is very popular plant, medicine. But again here, it is supposed to be from the bark of Saraka Ashoka. But many are using Polyelthia longifolia, that also is called Ashoka tree. And then the Dalbergia species bark. And this is the problem again. And because of this, you don't get the efficacy of what you expect. And also it is, substitute or adulterated. And this is what you find today in the market. Okay, next. So, of course, now there's this synergetic effect of medicinal plant. This is becoming very popular in research, not only in this traditional medicine thing, but for in modern research in medicine. These are coming up because we used to think that in allopathic, the pure molecule is used for that, for treatment. But it is found that in traditional medicine or alternative medicine, a combination of different chemicals, they do better and they have less side effect. And that is why now a lot of researchers are going on the synergetic effect of this medicinal plant. So I'll just show some example. Okay, next. Here you see the Somola, there's a 10 roots is used for this purpose. So now this we can say about the synergetic studies or effect of these plants by mixing all these 10 roots. Then you get a desire what you wanted for that. So this is what. Next you can see. Again here, triphala, which you know all these things. Again, same thing. These plants are used together, they mix together and they destroy. This is next. This is that by Termina bilerica that in the triphala it is used. Okay, I think next. I see here also you can see that in India, or not only in India, I think many countries are using the same plant maybe. I'm just showing you some of the example used in traditional medicine for diabetes or for diabetes. Just few examples because there are so many plants, so I'm just giving you some example only. Next. Here again also, these also people use for diabetes. You can see that hibiscus and there's Lagestromia. These are. Next. Next. Again, used in fever. These are some of the things. I think the screen is, the projector is very far, that's why it is not very clear. So these are some of the plants is used for fever. Okay. Next. Again, this also be used for fever. You can see. Just go next. Then antipyretic, that also fever only. Tinospora cordifolia. Next. So again, during COVID time, so many plants have been used, and also as a booster. And then also this in like the Thailand and some countries, they use these plants as to treat COVID. And in India also like Hautinia cordata and then Tinospora cordifolia. So many claims, or so many people say by taking that, you get your immune system is boosted. That these are some of the plant people have been used. And these are common in our country, we can find easily. Next. Again, this also people have used for that. That is Goa, and then this that goes very early. So you can see that they have used. Okay, next. So again, having problem with renal issues like Virginia ciliata. This is also used for stone removal from kidney, and then again this the same thing, Scolpera. That also it's for that purpose. Okay. Next. So these are also some of the plants used for that. So I'm just showing you just example only that is. Okay, next. Again, this also for light digestive disorder. You can see the Alpina calanga, the Linea patagna, then Cedium, then this Amorpholos, then that is pineapple. All these are used for digestive disorder. Next, please. Again, this is also same thing, like cucumber longa, that is haldi, and then this chili, and then this is melasma, and this citrullius. But this, I'm sorry for the picture because when I look at my computer, it was clear and good, but here it is. I don't think you can see properly. Okay, okay, next. So here, again here, anti-cancer plant also. You can see these are some plants which people use it. I know sometimes many of these plants are controversial, whether it's effective or not. But a lot of studies are going on, so that's what you see. I forgot to tell you about diabetes today. There are more than 100 plants have been used by different people for diabetes, to control diabetes. And that is one of the most interesting, and that is why you can see like that. So next. Here also, these are also used for anti-cancer plant. This you can see Chenopodium, Dioscorea, then Echinocarpus. Yeah, this is some of the plants. Okay, next. Here, this is tea only, tea plant. Here also they use for heart problem. You see that they extract the thing from the tea plant, and that is used for heart problem treatment. You can see. Next. I'm just going fast. So for rheumatism also, people use these plants extract for that purpose. Rheumatism. Okay, you can see that. Next. Here again, also this also used for rheumatism purpose. People use like that. You can see these are the different plants people use. Next, again here also this Calotropis gigantea. It's a very common plant, but it's also used for this neurological disorder and all this thing. Next, here again blood pressure, so hypertension, Rauwolfia serpentina, that is commonly used. Again, this is okay. Next. And also hypertension, some of the other plants also you can see. These are the plants used like Eryngium, Fortidum, Solanum, Anguvit, and Hautinia cordata. These are some of the plants used by traditional, in traditional medicine. Next. Here also for respiratory problem, you can see these are the plants, some of the plant people use that. I'm just showing you some of the things, which just for your just information. I'm sure all of you are aware of most of these plants. Next, again here for antidote for snake bite. You can see these are the plants, some of the plants people use for treatment of this snake bite. Okay, next. Here for memory enhancer, of course, that is Bacopa moneri, and Centella asiatica. These are they widely used by, especially by you people, or this Ayurvedic and homeopathic people. Next. And then of course for cough, asthma and cough, you can see people using different. This is one plant. Next. This is Ascaranthus aspera. I'm just showing few examples because there are so many plants. I don't have time to show you all. So next. Again, this is justicia. This is also for cough and asthma. Next. Here, heart diseases. Again, here also these are the Terminella bilarica, then Terminella argina. These are used for that purpose. Okay, next. Then, of course, for stomach ache or stomach problems, this you can see the Ulcera scolaris, the flower from there that is used to extract. These are common plants which you get here in the plains and all over the country almost. Next, again anemia. This Galea Catachu is used. Next, again this anti-inflammatory. You can see that tamarind. That you can see that people use this in tamarind. Next. Parkinson's disease, again, this Mucuna purine, this is a purine. This is, I think, a very popular medicine, again, plant for this purpose. Okay, next. Here also wounds and dysentery and all the calotropins, olerina, coprimazine, these are some use. Okay, next. Again, jaundice, even this grass, you see the flower, which is Imperata cylindrica, people use. I'm just giving one, two examples only, I'm just giving you. Okay, next. Here also some of the medicinal plant or orchid used for medicine. You can see these are mostly from high altitude or from Himalayan, like that. Again, you can see that. These are three species. Next. Yeah, this also again, some of the Himalayan plant people use for medicine purpose in indigenous medicine. Rheum nobili is very beautiful plant and also very highly ornamental also. Then orchid again, and these are some of the things. Just okay, next. You see, if you look at the global this market today, the herbal medicine market is size is very big. You can see, 2019 it was 83 billion US dollar. By 2030, it is expected $550 billion. It is going to be like that. And then if you see the India's medicinal market sizes today, 2019 was only 56.6 million US dollar. By 2025, it is expected or projected that 188.6 million US dollar. That is what I've projected. And this is in the global pharmaceutical market. If you look at 2001 was only 390 billion. No, one, I can't see. So, but you can see here, but by 2020, it has gone to trillion. It is like that. So how fast it is growing, you can see. And also you can understand now almost everybody, all of us need medicine. And also not only medicine, food supplement. People want supplement. And that is why the market is growing like anything. Okay, next. And you see the bioeconomic growth of India, our country, you can see here. In 2015, it was only 35.1 billion US dollar. And by 2020, it has reached 70.2 billion US dollar. So it has, I mean, it has doubled, see, within 5 years, it has doubled up. So that we can see how fast the market is growing and how it is important and what is the future for all of us. And people like you, people working on this, in this field, there's a bright future also. And of course, not only for making money, but for the welfare of the human being in the days to come. And okay, next. And you see, in this, you can see here by chart, the biopharma is the main portion in this. You see, the growth it is 62% in 2020, and 19 was 59 something. So we can see that the growth is very fast. It is growing like anything. So there's, you can see, I mean, next. And here, the government of India has projected to reach 150 billion US dollar by 2025. That is just 1 year to go. By next 2025. Today, this year is 2023, and that is what. And why they say this is possible? This will be possible because during the COVID time, just in 20 alone, just because of COVID, the industry was able to make about 5 billion US dollar during that COVID. So that is why this is what the bioeconomy report of 2021 says. And this one. Next. So that is what only. Thank you so much for the. As I said, it is nothing to do with research. This is just a general. And my department, we have the largest herbarium, that plant specimen herbarium, second largest in Asia. And it is in Kolkata, in Howrah. If anybody wishes to visit, you can visit. And we also have a very big garden of 273 acres. And that garden is more than 200 years old. And we have a lot of collection of plants from all over the world. It was founded by the British, that East India Company. Then it became the British India. And like that, now it is with us. So we have all over the country regional offices. And our headquarters is in Kolkata. I'm heading this department. So if anything you are interested, you can visit our department and see. We'll be happy. Yeah.
You make a lot of questions for us. Thank you very much, Doctor. I want to give in some comment to us, all of us, first of all. And can you tell me why it's happened about this all plans? The scientists, they are going this way and earning money, as you have shown by end of your presentation. We reached to this point. I want to say something to all of us. We are not together, first of all. We have to make some networking because he's a botanist explaining about the treatment. Who is doing the treatment? All of us, we want to say whatever is in the world, we know about that. We have to be together and make the group as this conference has done. I'm interested to see your botanical garden. I am from Botanical Garden of Iran. Iran is a 300-acre garden, botanical garden near to Tehran. Everyone can visit it and can come over there. We can discuss how to visit. Thank you very much, but I advise and comment given to be network all scientists, different, and make it one puzzle. Thank you very much.
My request to
This shake hand is not very good. I think so near to lunchtime. We have to give more is better. Thank you.
Please give a big round of applause to Dr. A. Rao, sir. Mouse. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you for enlightening us on the medicinal plants. And thank you for giving a very good knowledge about the common name and the scientific name. Now, move ahead towards our third keynote speaker, who is the Director of National Institute of Homeopathy, Kolkata, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. It's my pleasure to call Dr. Subhash Singh sir. So please sir, come on the stage. Yeah, it's Kaushik sir. Okay. So I'm apologize for the slight change in the schedule. I would like to, sorry, it's Subhash Kaushik sir. Okay. So I would like to call Dr. Subhash Kaushik sir to present and share his knowledge.
Dr. Subhash Kaushik, the Director General CCRH, needs no introduction, of course, but I have to say some few words that the real help and the support, and not only morally but even financially, I have got, or we have got, Sukul Institute has got from CCRH. And the man behind this is the DG CCRH, Dr. Subhash Kaushik. I have continuous and regular contacts with the DG sir, and he has been very kind enough to and very promptly reverted me very quickly and with all responses positively. That is more important, and I really congratulate and thank Dr. Subhash Kaushik, the Director General CCRH, for supporting this World Congress so wholeheartedly. Thank you very much, sir.
सभी को नमस्कार एक बार फिर से बेसिकली अंडर द एजेस ऑफ मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ आयुष CCRH is an apex research organization which undertakes, coordinates, promotes, develops and disseminates scientific research in the field of homeopathic system of medicine. CCRH undertakes these research through its different institutes and units across country, which are 34 in number nowadays, where specific research studies are done along with the provision of clinical services, laboratory services and IPT services at some places. CCRH is basically engaged in multi-dimensional research in different fields like survey and collection of medicine plant, cultivation of medicine plant, drug standardization, literary research, drug proving, clinical verification, clinical research, epidemic research, and also engaged in basic and fundamental research with the collaboration of national institutes of national repute, and along with this on biological models as well as physico-chemical models. The Council is also upgrading its infrastructure by establishing state-of-art fundamental research laboratories, recently at Indian Institute of Science and Technology, Shivpur here at Kolkata, and also with our BSL-2 in-house virology lab at Regional Research Institute at Kolkata only. Our vision is to conduct and promote research that contribute towards the global acceptance of homeopathy, especially in public health. We are of this opinion that there should be translational research outcome for the suffering humanity. Translational research is which takes scientific discoveries made in the lab, in the clinic or in a hospital setup or out in the field and convert into the new treatment and medical approaches to the medical care, which ultimately benefit the suffering humanity. And our goal is that we are focusing now that how our research treatment outcome can benefit the end user or can benefit the general homeopathic physician to provide better help in form of health to the suffering humanity. Our mission is simple: to conduct scientific and ethical research. Thereby, we are promoting this safe, gentle, cost-effective treatment to the healthcare delivery system of medicine. And we are enhancing the success rate of clinical practice. Plus, we are ensuring the global acceptance of homeopathy. These are our infrastructures, various institutes, 34 in numbers as I already said. These are our research activities, I already told these are the emerging scenario for homeopathy. We are in public demand. We are here at this education level. We have now developed, public has developed distaste for conventional medicine due to their strong side effects. Now we are public are well informed and we need the value of holistic healing and evidence of homeopathy we are doing. This is the evolution of homeopathy in India, so no need to go in detail. This journey started long back in 1835 and till this 2021 when our latest NCH, National Commission for Homeopathy, has been developed. This is the current status of homeopathy in India. You can see the figures because time is short, so there is no need to repeat the figures. This is the institutional mechanism of homeopathy in India because the persons from different countries are here. So we have one Ministry of Ayush. Under that, National Ayush Mission scheme is there, central scheme are there, centrally sponsored schemes are there. We have one National Commission for Homeopathy, which takes the responsibility of this education part. So there are 3 boards under that: Homeopathic Education Board, Medical Assessment and Rating Board, by which we rate the different homeopathy colleges, and boards for ethics and registration for homeopathy. We have one single research organization that is called Central Council for Research in Homeopathy. We have educational institute under Ministry of Ayush, one National Institute of Homeopathy, a big name for homeopathy in all over India and abroad. Then NAIA, that is Northeastern Institute of Ayurveda and Homeopathy. Plus we have drug regulations like Ayush vertical in DGCI and Pharmaco PCIMH. This is the drug regulatory authorities under Ministry of Ayush. This is the CCRH. This is our headquarters at Janakpuri, New Delhi. These are our research institutes, different research institutes. You can see our work here. These are the basic research laboratories. We are developing new buildings nowadays at Lucknow. These are the Siliguri, Shimla, then Mumbai, Kottayam. These are our research laboratory, drug standardization laboratory at Noida and Kolkata, Animal House at Noida and Kolkata, BSL2 Virology Lab here at Kolkata, I already mentioned, Zebrafish Laboratory at Noida, Microbiology Laboratory at Noida, and Fundamental Research Laboratory at IIEST, Shivpur, HIV Laboratory at JSPS Homeopathic College, Hyderabad. We have done this new initiative. We have established a new unit at Goa. Then we have got 5-acre lands at Bhubaneswar. We are developing our Central Research Institute there. We also got 3 biga land from government of Assam and we are developing their Regional Research Institute. So these are the basic activities we are doing. When we talk about this cultivation of medicine plant, so we have this 12.7 acre land at Ooty. This is one hill where we are cultivating 104 plants. Out of that, 92 are exotic in nature. So I have to go. This is the poly house. This we have conducted 306 surveys. 92 exotic plants we are cultivating there. And these are the herbarium sheets we have also dubbed, as Dr. Rao said, 11,581 herbarium sheets we are having there. These are our future strategies. This is the book. Now, when we talk about drug standardization, so there are 3 types of drug standardization we are doing: pharmacognostic, physicochemical, and pharmacological studies. So these are the different studies we have done. We have published 19 books on that, and monographs 23 and research article 205. This is the drug proving. We have proved 121 drug, and out of that 20 drugs are new to this field of homeopathy. These are our publications of drug proving. These are different activities. When we talk about clinical verification, so we have done clinically verified drugs. We have worked on 118 drugs, including 39 indigenous drugs. These are the books, monographs, and research articles published. This is our books on clinical verification. Another program is clinical validation. We have done 100 drugs on acne, dyspepsia, cough, asthma, and hemorrhoids. And we have taken these 100 drugs from essential drug list of Ministry of Ayush. There is EDL list. In clinical research, we have done 222 studies. Out of 148 as the initial stage, they were observational, and now we are coming to the randomized control, 40 drugs. 40 randomized controlled clinical trials we are doing. And the studies in progress on cancer, HIV, hemophilia, trigeminal neuralgia, alcohol independence, learning disability, CKD, early fracture healing, diabetes mellitus, adjustment disorder, and rheumatoid arthritis, etc. These are the areas we have done. This is the system-wise studies, what we are doing here in this clinical research program. And in COVID-19, we have taken 19 studies out of that. These are the conditions we have conducted the research on this and published in our research journals. This is the epidemic research we are doing on influenza, chikungunya, acute encephalitis syndrome, dengue fever, COVID-19, ILI, influenza-like illness, and post-COVID. We are circulating public health advisory time to time according to the season of the disease, in dengue, chikungunya, etc., in Hindi, English, and then the local language. This is the contribution of CCRH. We have developed guidelines, and this arsenic album was suggested by our scientific advisory board, and we have distributed to more than 2 crores people. This was the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Through this we have done this. This was one study on COVID-19. I was the part of this. We have taken this study at the AIMS Jhajjar, and we have done this study on moderate and severe cases, the patients who were on the ventilator. And we taken 150 patients. It was RCT, and we got a very good result. It is already published in Homeopathy. This was the outcome. In add-on homeopathic treatment, the RT-PCR at that time was 7.3 plus minus 4, and where the standard treatment arm, this was 11.65. This was the first phase I am talking about. This WH score was good in our add-on homeopathic treatment. Mortality was less, 7 as compared to 13, and myomop 2 was very good in our homeopathic treatment part as compared to the standard treatments. These were some parameters, laboratory parameters, all that test was done accordingly. These were the homeopathic medicines used: Pyrethrum, arsenic album, Bryonia, and China. We are also doing work on public health. These are our program: Poshan Abhiyan, Swachhata Pakhwada, Adolescence Health Survey, Individual and Family Health Survey. Mobile, we are running mobile health camps, geriatric survey, healthcare awareness program, post-COVID functional disability surveys. We are also doing on malnutrition, school health program at Goa, Agartala, Mumbai, and this menstrual health program, health problem of tea garden workers we have started at Guwahati recently. These are the health programs. That this is the figure, beneficiary who got the benefit from these programs. These are our public health programs. When we talk about the fundamental, basic, and clinical research, these are the intramural, collaborative, and EMR research as per the Ayurgyan scheme of Ministry of Ayush. We also accept proposals under this EMR scheme, and we used to give 75 lakhs to each person which got qualified in this our EMR research scheme program. Basic research through collaborations, we have a long list of our collaborators. These are the objectives we have taken. We have concluded 32 projects, 15 and 16, and these are our collaborating institutes. These are the areas of basic research where we have done these studies. These are the another collaborative institutes. In pipeline, we are University of Delhi Chemistry Department. We are doing work on diabetes. IIT Indore, IIT Kharagpur. We have recently done MOU with AIMS Bhopal, AIMS Bhubaneswar, AIMS New Delhi. These are our collaborative partners. This is THISTI, ICMR. These are the discussion on nanomedicine and homeopathy, biological studies in homeopathy. We have applied patent for 8. We have applied patent 8 in number. Out of these, 3 are published and 1 patent recently granted on. This is on nanocurcumin. Other activities, we are linking research with education with the collaboration of NCH. Recently, we have done MOUs with 71 homeopathic medical colleges where we are going to holding about the research. These are the CSR activities, educational institution. We have MOUs. Technical assistant will provide. We have joint research program, drug proving and clinical research. We will provide them training, workshop. We are also doing scholarship schemes for the students of homeopathic medical college. STSS, that is short-term studentship in homeopathy, and MD scholarship. These are the objectives. I think there are no students of homeopathy here, so no need to go in detail. These are the other activities. We are doing these things after COVID. Otherwise, our figures are more. These are the dissemination is one of our main target. So this is our IJRH, our publication. This is Scopac Index General, index with DOAJ. These are our common publications. Another slide. We have recently developed good clinical practices, and now through NCH, we are providing to each and every one college. Now there are 241 undergraduate colleges and 61 PG colleges. And we are giving training on these good clinical practice guidelines for clinical trial in homeopathy. Because every researcher has some responsibility. So it is mentioned each and everything here. These are the standard treatment guidelines when we talk about the translational research. So we are guiding the general homeopathic physician. They can get each and everything from these standard treatment guidelines. About knowledge about disease, knowledge about the assessment criteria, knowledge about the common used medicines, like this. These are the clinical conditions. They are 46 in numbers according to the volume. This is our website. We also developed CCRH e-library. This is also Ayush Research Portal, Archive on Homeopathy. This is EDOC, that is Homeopathic Information and Documentation Center. We are taking this. We have also developed Homeopathic Clinical Case Repository. Any private or government doctor can give its case here, publish his case. These are the case summary which are presented here. Also developed homeopathic drug proving software. This is our main program from the initiation. It was started somewhere in Bhagalpur, Bihar. Now it is at 19 centers, drug proving program. These are the documentaries we have developed, short films for promotion of homeopathy. These are the recent documentary which were inaugurated by our Honorable Vice President of India on 10th April. These are our social media handles, Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. So if we know what we are doing, it would not be called research, would it? So research, we owe, this is the spirit of the scientific inquiry. So research is everybody's responsibility. We owe this to the spirit of scientific inquiry. And now the another name of Central Council for Research in Homeopathy is Committed to Credible Research in Homeopathy. These are the emails. Anyone can contact me through these. Thank you very much. Because I have given the time of 30 minutes, but because we are running late, so I have just done it 18 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your valuable lecture and nice presentation. We have with us Dr. Subhash Kaushik, DG, CCRH, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India.
हो गया हमारा हो गया बड़ा confusion है
Now, it is time for us, for our end, to felicitate Dr. Subhash Kaushik. And may I request Dr. Anirban Sukul to please come on the dais to give Dr. Subhash Kaushik the Award of Excellence. Can it please come? Dr. Subhash Kaushik will be felicitated by Dr. Anirban Sukul. It is the award of. May I request also Dr. Mr. Ovijit Bhomik, the Zonal Manager, Dr. Wilmer Swabe, India, to come on the dais for this felicitation program. Thank you. Thank you very much. The certificate, please. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now may I request Dr. Subhash Singh, Director, NIH, Kolkata, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, to deliver his keynote address. Dr. Subhash Singh, please. May I request Dr. Anirban Sukul to say a few words about Dr. Subhash Singh, Director, NIH, Kolkata, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India.
Dr. Subhash Singh, the director of NIH Kolkata, is very dynamic person. I know him personally since long through our works, common works together. And I really congratulate and thank Dr. Subhash Singh that he has approved National Institute of Homeopathy Kolkata to be the technical collaborator of this World Congress. So thank you, Dr. Subhash Singh and your team, for the nice and wonderful works you have been servicing to the mankind as far as with the homeopathic therapeutics is concerned. So it's over to Dr. Singh.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you especially thanks to Dr. Subhash Kaushik sir for keeping it in 18 minutes. So, naturally it is my duty to make it within 8 minutes. The topic that we are going to discuss today is mainly the homeopathic medicine in the changing global scenario. Next please. I can't operate it from here. No? Is it possible? I have the pen ready. Well, as I said in the inaugural session, that homeopathy is being accepted more and more all over the world. So many countries where it is being practiced. There are so many countries where it has the government patronage. But the epicenter is India. Though it was first discovered in Germany, but in due course of time, it came to India. And somehow, because of the Indian lifestyle, because of the Indian way of thinking, it made India its home, and it has established here, and it has been very well accepted by the people of India. You have seen how different branches of different parts of India, they are being patronized by the patient. Well, we have a National Institute of Homeopathy in Salt Lake, and it was established in 75. And now you'll be happy to know that we have the daily turnover of the patient of about 3,000 in OPD, and 3,000 patients per day. And in our IPD, which is a 100-bedded hospital, situation sometimes is like that in spite of being director, if I write on a prescription that please admit, then I am given call by the IPD in charge, sir, bed khali nahi, there is no bed available. So that speaks for the acceptance of people. We have another satellite at New Delhi, which was recently in December 11th. It was inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister. And you can understand within 5 months, the daily footfall is more than 400 patients. So who are these patients? And why homeopathy is so being well accepted? Not only in India, but all over the world. And in today's time, I think it will be wrong to say that homeopathy is an alternative system of medicine. The right way to say is that people who are either suffering due to over-medication or those who have understood the limitations of other system of medicine, they are now coming to homeopathy. It is so well accepted, and there is no limitation in where it can work and where it cannot work. These number of patients who come definitely do not come only with cold and cough or fever. They come with different types, starting from cancer to CKD. Dr. Kaushik has shown some of the diseases that are being treated. So these complex diseases, the more the allopathic medication is taken, the disease condition become more complex. And there is the scope of homeopathy. Today, because of this changing scenario, whether it is global warming or because of our food habit or because of our lifestyle, the way the Creator has made us, in due course of time, we have changed ourselves so much that newer diseases are coming with more complex pathology. But one thing is very simple, and that is homeopathy. Because homeopathy do not treat by the name of the disease. That is the basic thing of homeopathy. Homeopathy treats with the symptom that is produced. And that is why, though it was discovered in 1796, still today, the basics of homeopathy has not required any change. It remains the same. So, my discussion today, I am going to concentrate on lifestyle disorders. And as you can understand, the lifestyle disorders are those disorders which are occurring due to wrong lifestyle. Now you can understand that this lifestyle that we are living today, whether it is the synthetic food, whether it is the overuse of fertilization, or whether it is the preservative that we are taking, or whether we lack of exercise, over tension, over anxiety, all these are making the whole life of a person very complex. Dissatisfaction is the basic thing of today's life. And there comes the role of homeopathy. Because homeopathy can not only change your constitution, your basic physical makeup, but it can change the way you think. It won't be exaggeration if I say that it can make, if properly given, it can make a scent out of a criminal. Because any abnormality, and criminality is abnormality, any abnormality can be corrected by homeopathic medicine. So, the lifestyle disorders are defined as diseases linked in the way people live their life. And whether it is alcohol, smoking, lack of physical exercise, all these are somewhere responsible for the cause of the disease. Now, we are exposed to different risk factors. Some of those are modifiable and some of those are not modifiable. The modifiable ones, as you can see, like smoking, like increased blood pressure, increased serum cholesterol, these we can modify with exercise, proper food, and like that. But there are certain things which we cannot modify. The genetic factor, the age factor. Here, you have to accept those things. You cannot do anything. But this will turn out to be a big discussion. Let us put it for some other time. Whether homeopathic medicine has the power to modify on a genetic level or not. I won't say no, I won't say yes. I will just put a question mark for you and let us be discussed at some other place, some other platform. But I can only say that there are so many instances where basic traits of genes has been modified. Even the so-called incurable diseases, ask any practitioner. He will give you instances where there are no explanation. Pathology fails. There also homeopathy works. Let me give you a very common example. Gallbladder stone. All of us who have studied anatomy, all of us who have studied physiology, they know that gallbladder, once a stone is formed, that whole duct and ampulla of water do not allow it to be excreted. It's a fact. It cannot be denied. But ask any practitioner. He cannot give you explanation, but he will give you instances with proof of sonography that there was a gallstone, and after proper homeopathic medicine, the gallstone was not there. Now it is up to the scientific world to find out how. And for that, we have institutions like CCRH. So, another new system of newer and newer system of medicines are coming up, and this is something which is becoming very popular. That is lifestyle medicine. And as you can understand, this has to do with lifestyle diseases. So what is required is healthy lifestyle. Now homeopathy, what homeopathy has to do? A homeopathic, our first objective should not be to bring down the pathological level to normal level. That cannot be the first objective. Because there are so many questions. If our target is pathology or biochemical markers, then it is very difficult to define, very difficult to explain. Because if 120 is the normal blood pressure, if a person has 121, it becomes abnormal. And if the person has 119, it becomes normal. That is not how the body works. That is not how the physiology works. So our aim should be to make you, with whatever resources, whatever body, whatever function you have, better adapted in the given situation. Diabetes mellitus, hypertension, hypothyroidism, they are such diseases for which lifelong medication has to be taken. You cannot discontinue it. The doctor who prescribes medicine for hypertension, they tell their patient, if you don't have food, You miss your food, that is okay, but don't miss the medicine. That is so important. But these are other places where homeopathy has a role to play. How a homeopath should approach. Now we all know that diseases are basically of two types, acute and chronic. And such diseases which we usually call as lifestyle disorders, they do usually fall under chronic disease. But at one point of time they start. There is some triggering factor. In homeopathic parlance, that is called exciting cause. So we have to find out that causation which has excited this present condition, and that helps us in giving the medicine. And when we do that, we cannot undermine the miasm. For those of us who are not from homeopathic background, miasm is the fundamental cause of diseases. Miasms are the dynamic cause of the diseases. Miasms are because of which I look like a normal person. Most of us look like normal person. But on slightest exposure to those things which will affect me, I become abnormal, I become sick. And the responsible factor is this miasm. So here, that factor has to be identified. Because suppose there are 5 persons who are not moving, doing desk work throughout the day. But all of these 5 persons will not be affected by the same disease. All of these 5 persons will not have their effect on the body in the same way. And that difference has to be identified. That is where the homeopathic comes into play. I'm not going into the places where Hahnemann has described these things. I'll just let you know that these points Hahnemann has so well described in his book, Organon of Medicine. And he has described how to tackle them in his books of Materia Medica, later on elaborated by many of his followers. For example, he has said that the physical ascertainable constitution, the occupation, the intellect, the age, the gender, the relationship with the society members, the relationship with the family members, these things has to be ascertained in a person, because there lies the factors which will help you in curing the person and in selecting the medicine. If you want a person to modify his lifestyle, then these factors are important. These are the instances where how to tackle these are described. Now I'll just like to conclude with 1 or 2 medicines. When I describe a person, you will understand how commonly this particular person is found in the society. You may find a person who is, most of the time, he is living a life full of anxiety and tension. And somehow, in order to overcome this tension and anxiety and pressure of life and pressure of work, he has found himself, because he is prone, that cigarette will help me, tobacco will help me, or alcohol will help me, or some other addiction will help me. And then this anxiety and tension, lack of exercise, addiction, do not allow him to sleep at proper time, do not allow him to have a normal food. He has to eat rich food, hotel food, most of the time. He cannot sleep at proper time. Late nights are common. So what will be the outcome? The outcome will be on his health. And this person ultimately ruins his total constitution, total health. And this person become a person who is short-tempered, who quickly reacts to everything, who cannot tolerate any contradiction. He thinks what I say is final. Now, don't you think this is something which is commonly, and symptoms you can see here. This is a person who is commonly found in our society. Now, what homeopathy has to do here? The medicine, of course, is Nux vomica. But will homeopathy just giving Nux vomica help? Let me tell you one instance. There was one person who had, long time back, he has gone to some village where there was not enough electricity and facilities were not there. So in order to relieve himself in evening or in night, he has to go out of his house. And while relieving himself, nature's call, suddenly there was some movement in the trees. Some bird flew down, but because he's a city boy, so he remembered all the ghost stories that he had studied since childhood. And he shouted and fainted. Hearing his shout, everybody came. And he was brought home, andar le gaye, given some water, sprinkled. He became awake, but not normal. Wide eyes, frightened face, howling, shouting. In other words, he was giving a picture of one of the homeopathic medicine, aconite. Fright. Face was expression of fear. So he was given aconite. He went to a homeopathic doctor and doctor gave him aconite. And as it should happen, happened. He was very quickly relieved. Magical. And that, the doctor told him, go, because magic happens in homeopathy. Go home. Patient asked him, sir, or any more medicine is required? Well, what more medicine? Jao, ghar le jao. He went home. And the doctor went to a seminar, presented this case. I gave one single dose of aconite and the person was cured. And after that, he came back. And within a week, that person was again brought back. Because he had some similar incidents. That time there was a tree, this time something else was there. So he again became frightened, affected. Same face, same expression. Again aconite. The doctor gave him aconite. It didn't work. Change the potency, it didn't work. Change the repetition, it didn't work. Why? Because of a very simple reason. The doctor forgot a very simple thing. That Master Hahnemann has clearly said in Organon, that aconite is only relieve the symptoms. But then your constitutional anti-miasmatic medicine has to be given. If you are not giving that constitutional anti-miasmatic medicine, so in the first time there will be a tree. In second time there will be slight exciting factor. And that will be enough. And then he won't be cured. And this is what happened. So as I was saying, that in this case, giving just Nux vomica is not enough. Along with Nux vomica, you have to give the person advice which he will follow so that he can change his lifestyle. Before I conclude, what I think is the main cause for dissatisfaction and lifestyle disorder is an old prayer from the Old Testament. And which is the root cause of most of the dissatisfaction because we want to change things, situations which cannot be changed, which is not in my hand. And we do not accept the things which cannot be changed. So the prayer goes like this, that, oh God, give me the courage to change the things I can change. Those things which can be changed. If I want, I can change the laptop. I can change my shirt. And the courage to accept the things which cannot be changed. I don't like my face, but I can't change it. And most importantly, give me the wisdom to know the difference between the two. So that I should not put my effort to change my face. Even going to the beauty parlor is not going to help. So that is the main thing. So with these words, once more, thank you, Dr. Sukul, Anirban, the whole family and the whole team who has given me this opportunity to be here. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Dr. Subhash Singh, sir, for throwing a light on the lifestyle disorders. Also enlightening us on the nature's law. The only permanent thing in the universe is the impermanence. Thank you, sir. Here, we are going to announce
We are going to announce the Award of Excellence 2023. It will be delivered to Dr. Subhash Singh, Director, NIH, Kolkata, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. May I request Dr. Soma Sukul and Mr. Obhijit Bhaumik, Zonal Manager, Dr. Wilmer Soave, India, to felicitate Dr. Subhash Singh. Now, Dr. Soma Sukul, she is Associate Professor, Department of Botany, Vishwabharati University, Shantiniketan. And Mr. Obhijit Bhaumik is the Zonal Manager, Dr. Wilmer Soave, India. First of all, the memento and then certificate. Thank you. Now, it is the time of the last speaker before lunch. Dr. Soma Sukul, Associate Professor, Department of Botany, Vishwabharati University, Shantiniketan. May I request Dr. Soma Sukul to deliver her lecture.
Good afternoon to all the distinguished persons, delegates. Okay. Today I am going to share one homeopathic potency that I have worked in our Department of Botany, Vishwabharati, and here The title is Transfer of Homeopathic Potency from One Plant to Another Plant. Actually, this idea came up from Professor N.C. Sukul, and he advocated all these experiments that we have done in our department. And the idea was the homeopathic potency that we considered as the three-dimensional hydrogen bonded water structure carrying the information of original drug molecules, and we have to check this hypothesis in plant model, and for that we modeled in two plants. We have taken one medicinal plant, Justicia vasica, and one pulse plant, cowpea, Vigna unguiculata. Actually, we sterilize the seeds and then we grown on a sterilized pot. And on 80 days age plant, then we experiment, and for this we put the 5 batches, and 4 batches we make the pairs. Like here you can see that, so slides are not moving. Sorry for that. So this is actually our set of plants. So here we made the 5 batches, and here you can see the 1 pair of plant. One set we made like this. They are connected with some polythene tube that filled with sterile water, and the free end of the ends of the both of this tube were immersed in a bottle that contained the sterile water. And again, this bottle, we immersed one healthy leaf of that plant. So that make a set. Like this, we make 2 sets. And here, one counterpart of each set. One set, we have given the heat stress by pouring another healthy leaf in boiling 60-degree temperature water for 5 minutes. And the set 2, there, and the set 2, there we used the Cantharis 200, the drug used for heat stress. And here again, the counterpart was not given any treatment, but one set of the plant, only on one healthy leaf. There we just 1 square centimeter area, we swab the Cantharis 200 drug in both surfaces. And after putting this capillary connection tube, we homeostasis the system for 1 hour. Then in one set, we have given the heat stress, and another we treated the Cantharis 200 drug. And after the 1 hour of the treatment, then we plucked the healthy leaf from both the sets, and the 5th batch we have kept as the control, where no heat stress or no drug treatment were given. And the healthy leaf, then we prepared for protein separation, and first protein lipid chromatography analysis we have done. And there we checked the efficacy of the total leaf protein. And this is the band we get from the cowpea control. And these two, this protein profile showed the protein profile of the set where the direct heat stress was given, and this chromatography showed the counterpart of the leaf where no heat stress were given, but they are connected by the capillary water. So here we can see the same kind of chromatographic pattern. When the drug-treated leaf protein profile showed the similarity with that of their counterpart protein profile, where we did not given the treatment, but just we connect with the capillary water. So we can conclude that the external stimulus to a plant brings about a change in the water structure in the plant, which is transmitted through the global molecular network of water connecting to another plant. To see the efficacy of our model, we again tried it into the Vasaka plant, and the same sets we have prepared for that. And here we have observed that this is the same, the chromatography lipid profile of the leaf. The heat treated plant, you can see in both cases the direct stress and the connected counterpart. The some portion there, they showed the similarity in the chromatography graph, and same for the Cantharis treatment. And this is the protein nature. Here I can say that in control, the protein that is 163 kD that is present in heat shock, but on the batch, the Cantharis treated batch, the protein profile, this protein is disappeared. So on that Cantharis treated plant, we could not given the heat stress. But why? Because we want to see the efficacy of the Cantharis treatment in a healthy plant. And there we have seen that some conformational protein, they are disappeared, they are repressed by application of the Cantharis 200. And same is here for the protein. Here you can see that the protein showing the 72.44 kD weight, and here the connected plant showing same protein peak, and the weight is 72.44. So that means the heat stress was given in one set of plant, but the structural changes that transmitted from that healthy plant to their counterpart that connected through the capillary water. So the water that connected, the structured the stress molecule that changes, they also changes the capillary water, and that when connected the another plant, there the water molecule structures change. And these proteins, 70.79 kilodalton, were similarly present in all groups. So these proteins have no effect with the heat stress or the Cantharis. They are the structural protein present. And here we have seen the unique protein that appeared when we treated with Cantharis 200 drug. So that protein is unique, and that we can say that can counter the effect of heat stress in the healthy organism. So I can conclude that the effect of heat shock and the drug treatment is transmitted through water connecting the pair of plants, and it is hypothesized that a homeopathic potency is specifically structured water with characteristic molecular oscillation, which may act on water structure over macromolecules of cells and change their pattern of oscillations. Molecular oscillations occur spontaneously in enzymatic networks and involve fundamental metabolic processes, including gene expression. So these are our acceptance of these two work, and I acknowledge Sukul Institute of Homeopathic Research, DST FIST, UGC SAP-sponsored Department of Botany, Vishwabharati, and last but not the least, my family members. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you, Dr. Soma ma'am. Thank you for the wonderful presentation. Now we will proceed with the lunch break. So lunch break will be of 45 minutes. So we will gather again around 2:30. So please have your lunch.